Greetings, friends. It's been a while since my last update. Here I'm in Minnesota, outside the Minneapolis area. It's been really hot here, probably no different than it has been across the United States. I've spent most of this summer out testing, getting ready for the Three Lakes radar run. It's a great event. I have another video on that will probably be coming out pretty soon. But otherwise, I've been out testing a lot. I've had a lot of small pitch props on, testing 1.75 versus 1.6 gear ratio setups. And as a byproduct of all that testing, I've gotten really, really comfortable in the boat with nothing in it. Right now, you can see my fishing gear and trolling motors on the nose of the boat. I actually just did that this morning to get out and run. But the last day here, I've been out testing. And like I said, the boat has been cleaned out. And so I've been out testing with the P4 again. I wanted to test with the new console. And so, normally I wouldn't have done that. But like I said, I'm really comfortable in the boat, cleaned out. So I thought I would give it a try and just see what it did. We had one of these stretches where it actually cooled off here for a little bit. Again, I know it's not, I lived in Texas for a couple of years. It's not Texas heat, but it is definitely hot. And, the temperature impacts performance. And so normally I always tell my friends, I don't really like to get out and string the boat out when it's not going to really run its best anyways. And so I'll do that in the fall when it's cold, and the boat will absolutely be building horsepower and be at its peak performance. For these tests, what you're going to see is I have the boat, for the most part, cleaned out. I'm still running with a trolling motor battery in the boat and just a little bit of ballast, some minimal tools, that kind of thing. Actually, in this one, I do have a spare prop in the boat as well, but otherwise, it's down to the minimal amount of gear. I had the trolling motor off, no power poles, no fishing poles. And in fact, I made my first shakedown pass, which is gonna be this first pass. And then took a look ran some numbers, looked at my weight. And so I pulled an additional 30 something pounds out of the boat and then ran again. And the boat is taking a great set right now. We'll see that in the shakedown pass. It's dipping a little bit to the port, but not really bad. So it's really taking a good set. It was accelerating hard. And so what you'll see in this first video is I went out and did my very first shakedown pass, ran 105 and some change. It was really peeling away numbers, played around with things, did a little more trimming. Then it ran, I believe it was like 107.9, and then it did 108.3. And then in this pass, what you'll see is what it finished at before I started pulling weight. So we'll take a look at that video, come back. UCB, again, I've said this before in other videos. I get excited. First time the boat is run 109, and so 109.3 actually, and so I was pumped. The boat was really feeling good. In that particular pass, I knew it had more in it, and I just needed to hold on a little bit longer. And so what I wanted to do is get out and take a little weight out of the boat. So I pulled some weight out of the boat, like I said, 30 something pounds, 35 pounds, and then came back at it again. And this time what I did is I moved just a little bit more weight around. I ended up putting a little bit more weight in the nose, that kind of stuff, just to settle the boat down. And then got out and made another pass. And so I wanted, the boat is running so great that I just really wanted to see how well it would accelerate from a dig. And one of the things that when you do this kind of test, at least in this boat, I can't top end the boat out. You know, I can't aim for 109 or subsequently 110 I can't do that from a dig. The boat just doesn't take the right set. And so as a result, it kind of gets bound up. And that's what you're going to see in this video is my water pressure. I haven't moved my jack plate. I haven't done anything. But what you'll see in this video is my water pressure is really high. It doesn't free up. You actually have to, and I have another pass here where I actually will top end it. But what you'll actually see is I just lull. And in a lot of these videos, you'll see I just lull for a little bit and just let the boat start to pack and take the right set. And then when the boat takes the right set, you'll see if you're watching the TPS, it's kind of an indicator of where my foot is into the throttle. When you see the TPS pegged to 98%, which is max on this motor, when you see that happen, that's me getting after it. And so like I said, you just have to wait for it to take the right set. So what you see here is a 5 to 107 mile an hour pass. Really awesome numbers. We'll take a look at this, then come back. Like I said, you watch the water pressure, you can see I never really get below 20 psi, and same trim, same everything. You just need to lull a little bit for the nose to pop up and the boat to take the right set to really pack on the numbers. Otherwise, like I said, it just gets a little bound up. And it still pulls hard and it still goes fast. It's just I'm not going to hit my upper echelon top number unless I really get into it after I'm in the 50s or 60 mile an hour range. So that's what you'll see. Again, I'm really excited by these numbers. At the very end, after this next video where I top end the boat again, you'll see really impressive acceleration numbers for a big boat like this. I mean, it's sitting with me in the boat. It's 2,400 pounds, 2,430. I don't remember the exact number. I'm sure I'll ding it up on the sheet because I don't recall the exact number off my head. But that's me. I think I'm running like 12, 15 gallons of gas in the boat. And so really impressive acceleration. Again, it's hot. Like it's very hot here. I think the humidity was 80% or something like that. So it's hot and humid. And it's just running great. So let's take a look at the top end. So I got just the best water right now. You can see it in the video. It's just a perfect. This boat does not like a light ripple. In order to hit the big numbers up top, I got to be running in some stuff. I think I set the boat down at one point and took a video, and you can watch the waves kind of splashing up and getting the inside of the boat wet. It is rough, but it runs. You have to get the boat in a certain spot where you can just run it out where the wind isn't too bad and the water isn't swelling. But it is really handling great. A little bit of floating around, but other than that, I was hugging virtually like 5, 6, 7 psi. The boat was just locked in. TPS, I held my foot to the floor, which is kind of where I struggled last year, is I just wasn't holding it to the floor. And had plenty of room to run the boat out, and that was the result, 109.7. So I am right on the cusp of breaking that 110 barrier with this boat, and it's all lined up. I've talked to a couple of my friends, and I need that day where I have a north wind and I can get out and run. North wind will bring some cooler temps, bring the humidity down, and this boat's going to pop it. It is, I think time after time after time, it ran 109 and some change. So it is definitely dialed in, ready to go. So I'll splash the results up on the screen here so you can see how it accelerated. I'm not going to do a ton of comparison. However, like in the back of my mind, I'm thinking maybe I should. So, you know, as I start to talk this through, I probably will compare it. I think I have some 5 to 105, 106, 107 data back from the yellow Allison with 300R. So maybe I'll make some comparisons versus the ProSport. I think if I remember correctly, it was hot when that boat ran 108.1. So, but again, great numbers. This is, you know, anybody that knows the XB21, it is not a featherweight. It is also not, you know, like super heavy 4,000 pound bass boat either, but 2,400 pounds it's a heavy boat. For it to pick up and roll like this is pretty incredible. You know, you'll often hear with the Allisons talk about the efficiency, and it definitely is efficient. That first pass where you see, I call it my shakedown pass, the first pass in this video, you'll actually really see that efficiency, because I think I start the video out somewhere around 80 miles an hour, and TPS shows me at like 30%. So it is, you know, once you bring it up to speed, you can back way off the gas and let the boat take a set and still pack speed on like it's nobody's business. So awesome boats, awesome results. Looking forward to seeing what else this thing has. So everybody take care. We'll see you next time.